Hello, the rest of the world. If you are anything like us, you very quickly, in an emergency state of being, had to figure out how to live stream as quickly as possible. Now, we know we can do that from our phone on Facebook or from our computer through webcam, but how do you have a good looking live stream? This video you're looking at right now is what we transmitted live through Facebook this morning. With the setup that we have here, for a reasonable budget, you can be up and running with video pretty quickly. So I'm gonna take you through the setup. In terms of cameras, you may have a DSLR. I have a Fuji X-H1 in my hands now. Usually they'll have a micro HDMI port you can come out of, and I'd recommend getting some kind of microphone. Maybe it's just a little top mic, or you could have a shotgun mic that is actually run directly into your camera, which is great, but most people don't have that kind of setup. This is Gloria Joy, by the way. She's gonna be helping explain some of this stuff. So this is the whole setup here. We have a light, which is just shining off the ceiling. We also have a Canon C100 Mark II, which might be a little bit more beef than what you're working with, and that's fine. I happen to be a videographer full time. But from here, we have audio that's running through this cable up along a pole, so that we have this shotgun mic that's very close to the speaker. So it's a very short distance here, so this is gonna sound really good. We need to make sure that we're outputting video to a format that we can receive. So this is exporting right now at 1280 by 720, so that's only 4 megabits per second. Then that's being sent via HDMI. And now you might have a smaller DSLR camera where you need a micro or a mini HDMI cable. But this cable then goes from camera through HDMI to this. And this is a Blackmagic Ultra Studio Mini recorder. It kind of modifies the signal coming from the camera so that your computer can receive that footage. So we have HDMI into here, and then this goes Thunderbolt into the computer. So from camera to Ultra Studio Mini recorder, and then that goes into the computer. Once it's in the computer, Gloria Joy, what do we do next?
So you're gonna want to create a scene within OBS. And once you create one, you're going to add a Blackmagic device. And that is going to automatically, hopefully, sync up to OBS from the camera.
OBS in general is kind of a touchy software, so sometimes we literally just have to close it down and restart it. It's not the most sophisticated broadcasting software, but it's the free one, or at least one of the free ones. It's got its quirks, but if you can work around them, it's a cost-effective way to get started. So yeah, when it comes to the settings, the first thing we're going to need is we're going to need to see the footage of what our camera is bringing in. So Blackmagic has this desktop video setup software that you need to download from their website, and it looks like this. You want to make sure it's set to HDMI and not SDI. You don't want to worry about any conversions or anything else there. And then back in OBS, when you double click on the device, or when you're setting up a new device, it's very important you have the right device selected. Make sure HDMI, and then the biggest thing to look at is this mode. Now with our camera, we specifically set it to be sending out a 1280 by 720p video signal. So we have to make sure that the Blackmagic device is receiving the same video format that's being sent from the camera. So you might try this out on auto at first, or you might have to just like rattle through these until you find one that works. Some cameras have different output settings, so you might just have to play around with that to figure out what works for us. Yeah, we've done this at 1080. In general, you want to use something that says P. If you do 1080i, anything with an I on it means interlaced, which is going to look like these lines coming across your footage, and that's a no-no. We don't want interlaced. The rest of this you can leave alone. And then once you have video, you want to go over to your settings, and in settings we need to make sure that we are sending a signal that the internet can handle. So when we go over to video here, your base canvas resolution, we've set ours to 1280 by 720, just so that there's less information that has to get sent to Facebook, which means that we're probably gonna have fewer interruptions in our stream. When we look over at the output, right now our video bitrate for streaming is 1500 kilobits per second, and that is it's not a super high quality stream, but it's consistent. This is something that, any internet can handle this. It's pretty minimal. It's basically 1.5 megabits per second that it's uploading, and most internet connections can handle that. Even though we can raise that number and get a higher quality stream, we keep that low just to make sure that there's no interruptions in our stream once we're live. And it still looks acceptable in terms of the video quality. Audio bitrate, we've kept that small as well. That's mostly what you have to be changing on those.
And when that's set up, you can add any logos or anything you want on top of it. If you want to go ahead and use Pro Presenter with OBS as well, we're going to add something called a siphon client. And make sure Pro Presenter is open already on your computer. And then when you open Siphon Client, you are going to select it from the source, Pro Presenter 6 output. And allow transparency, that is going to give us the look of a lower third. So that's what this is going to be right here. If we want to go from OBS to Facebook, once you have everything you want set in OBS, we're going to jump over to Facebook here. And if we click on the live create button, we get this page here. We have camera and connect. You want to switch over to the connect side. Here we are. You scroll down a little bit in this window and you want to copy the persistent stream key. So we copy that, go back over to OBS. You're going to go to the settings and go to stream. And you want to paste right in that stream key box. So once you have your stream key, then you want to go ahead and start streaming. This will tell OBS to point your camera feed like this right here. It'll point it to Facebook. And you go to second, it'll load, and then we will see our image pop up here. All right, so we have our feed in Facebook. This is a preview window. Don't worry, you are not live yet. What you want to do is put in a title, maybe some clickbait, depending on how you want to attract your viewers. Put in a title so that you and your viewers can find your video more easily. And then you can mess with the settings within here. So you have two options from here. You can go ahead and schedule your live video. This can be done up to 10 minutes out from the time you want to go live. If you want to go live directly, you are ready to hit the go live button. Now I'm not going to do that right now, but if you want to add videos like we had this morning on our live stream, you can add it to the scenes in OBS here. I had a promo video here, a message video here, and those will have automatic transitions in them as well. Once you're done streaming, this button is going to change to say end live video. And then you're going to hit stop streaming again, and you're done.
That should be enough information to get you started. There's probably going to be tons of troubleshooting. You'll run into barriers. It won't work and you won't know why, but keep looking up solutions, keep figuring it out, and eventually you will get it. And the result is you're going to have a high quality live stream that people can engage with. So hopefully with this information, it's enough to get you started and active out in the world of live streaming. So we wish you luck and we'll see you on the other side. Say goodbye, Glory Joy.
Thanks for watching.